Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing out there? We got another sad ass story for you guys, man. Another ridiculous story for you guys. But before we get into this one, let's make sure everybody taps in, get the likes up before we get into this, and let me do my shout outs. And then we're gonna get this live going in the next 2 minutes or so. Somebody said this is gonna be good. Which team will pick up Kawhi? Shout out to Iowa in the building. Welcome in. Welcome in. They act like Kawhi is at fault alone. Ballmer is just as guilty. Shout out to New York. Appreciate the comment. Let's give it about another minute or so. We got Galveston, Texas in the building. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's give it about another minute and a half. And then we're going to get into this one. Shout out to Philly in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Let me make sure I got the stories ready for you guys here. Yep, I got it ready for you guys on deck. Yeah, this one is pretty bad, guys. This one is pretty bad. We got Philly, Puerto Rico in the building. Welcome in. Let's give it like another minute or so. We got Valley, California in the building. What else we got? Curacao, South California. Let's give it like another 30 seconds, and then we're going to get into it, and then people will catch up to this live. But this is a pretty big one. This is a pretty big one, guys. They did this together. I know Kawhi is at fault. I don't like the whitewashing of Ballmer. Let's give it 20 more seconds, and then we're going to get into this one here. Make sure y'all tap into this live, man. This is going to be one of them lives. And then we're going to get into it. Portland, Oregon. Welcome in, Christopher. I see you. Australia in the building. D. Lopez. Welcome in. Let's give it 15 more seconds. Let me just make sure I got this here. I posted that. Okay, we got that there. All right. So let's get into this story, man. People will catch up as the live goes on. So y'all know we did a live earlier today in the day reacting to some news surrounding Kawhi Leonard. Talking about the fact that his time in LA is kind of limited. We were reacting to the story surrounding the details of what him and his uncle requested from three teams in the Toronto Raptors, the Lakers, and the Clippers. For those of y'all who missed that live, I just want to tell you what we got from that report. So, a report came out earlier today, and we did a show about that. And this is what the report essentially said, and I was floored by it. So, the report earlier today said during Kawhi Leonard's 2019 free agency, he and his uncle Dennis Robinson sent the Clippers several requests before Leonard would commit to signing with the team. It then goes on to say a few other things. It says those requests included the Clippers acquiring Paul George, part ownership of the team, access to a private plane, a house, and a guaranteed off-court endorsement money. The verbal requests fell outside the boundaries of the NBA CBA and were the same ones Robinson sent to the Lakers and the Raptors per The Athletic. So that's the news that we reacted to earlier today. Well, since then, guys, things have really accelerated. And we have some breaking news here to report to you guys about this. So this is the news that just came out a few hours ago, and I want to share with y'all. It says, report. Several key members of the Clippers want to part ways with Kawhi Leonard. And I have some articles that I want to get to. But now they want to part ways with him. The source that I want to read from, I have the article here. This is from Marca. Let me see. Are they asking me for a subscription? Just 1 second, y'all. I hope they're not asking me for a subscription. So this is the article right here that I want to pin in the comment section. Let me pin it here. Not pin, let me post it there. So that's from Marca. So it says Steve Ballmer is done with Kawhi Leonard and wants to cut ties as soon as possible. Let me read that title for y'all again. Steve Ballmer is done with Kawhi Leonard and wants to cut ties as soon as possible. It then goes on to say, Los Angeles Clippers owner Steve Ballmer is reportedly eager to part ways with star forward Kawhi Leonard as the team faces mounting and legal financial challenges. The catalyst for the shift appears to be a series of controversies, including a $28 million no-show endorsement deal involving Leonard and the now bankrupt company Aspiration. Ballmer, who had previously invested $50 million in Aspiration, has denied any wrongdoing and insists that the Clippers' arrangement with Leonard was conducted independently of the Aspiration deal. The NBA is currently investigating the matter, with Commissioner Adam Silver emphasizing the need for hard evidence before taking disciplinary action. It then goes on to a post that was put up. It says Kawhi Leonard. This is from Evan Sidery. Okay. It says Kawhi Leonard made the following illegal requests during the 2019 free agency to the Clippers, Lakers, and Raptors. Part ownership of the franchise, access to the team's private plane anytime, a new house, immediate no-show endorsement money. Folks, this is serious. This is serious. Now, some people are saying that they're trying to turn Kawhi Leonard into the scapegoat and he's a scapegoat and all of that and all of this. Hey guys, let's try to get these likes up to 100 likes. Here are my thoughts about this. I'm not so sure that Kawhi Leonard is being turned into the scapegoat, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason I'm not sure that Kawhi is being made out to be the scapegoat is because, first of all, we're looking at a pattern of shady business practices. Mind you, before Kawhi Leonard got to the Clippers in 2019, he was already making requests outside of the CBA. That had nothing to do with Ballmer. Absolutely nothing to do with Ballmer. Him making the request to the Lakers, Toronto Raptors, and Clippers for ownership in the team, a private jet, a brand new house, an endorsement deal. Well, that was before Ballmer. These were things that were presented to Ballmer, right? And I think what is happening here is this. That company Aspiration scammed a lot of people with money. And I'm beginning to think that what occurred was one of two things. Either Ballmer gave $50 million to Aspiration as a kind of conduit to give that money to Kawhi Leonard, or Ballmer made an independent investment into that company that had nothing to do with Kawhi, and then Kawhi Leonard went off and did a deal with Aspiration on his own. Those are the only two possibilities. It's either Ballmer gave them that $50 million as a way for them to pay off Kawhi to circumvent the salary cap, or Ballmer's investment had nothing to do with Kawhi, and those guys went out and struck their own deal outside of the purview of Ballmer, and now Ballmer's being dragged into this. These are the only two options I can think of right now, assuming that these allegations are true. And now we're hearing that key members of the Clippers want Kawhi Leonard gone. For the new people that just joined the live, this is the report here. Several key members of the Clippers want to part ways with Kawhi Leonard. And then we got an article source from marca.com that I want to share with you guys in the comment. In the comment section for those of you who want to read it. Marca.com. And it says, Los Angeles Clippers owner Steve Ballmer is reportedly eager to part ways with star forward Kawhi Leonard as the team faces mounting legal and financial challenges. The catalyst for this shift appears to be a series of controversies, including a $28 million no-show endorsement deal involving Leonard and the now bankrupt company Aspiration. Ballmer, who had previously invested $50 million in Aspiration, has denied any wrongdoing and insists that the Clippers' arrangement with Leonard was conducted independently of the Aspiration deal, essentially saying he had nothing to do with the dealings with Kawhi. And then Evan Siddery posted on Twitter saying, Kawhi Leonard made the following illegal requests during the 2019 free agency to the Clippers, Lakers, and Raptors. Per this guy Baxter from ESPN, part ownership of the franchise, access to a team's private plane anytime, a new house, and immediate no-show endorsement money. Now, before going on live, I saw an article that was pertaining to Tim Hardaway, and Tim Hardaway was saying Pat Riley tried to pay two people $20 million. Tim Hardaway says Kawhi Leonard's issue is nothing new in the NBA. So, what are my thoughts about this, guys? Let's try to get these likes to 150 likes, guys. Few thoughts. Is Kawhi Leonard the first person allegedly to do something like this in the NBA? No, I don't believe so. I believe that under-the-table deals have been happening all the time. I think they happen all the time, and they're going to continue to happen. I don't think that he's the first one. I just think that he is the one that got investigated. I don't think that this is an isolated incident. Hence the reason we heard from Kendrick Perkins and Richard Jefferson say they would have done the same thing too. Kendrick Perkins basically said this is what goes on in the NBA anyway. So to me, I think this is what goes on. You see college kids getting bribed in college to go join certain teams and all that other stuff. So if they're bribing kids in college and high school, trying to recruit them and all of that crazy stuff, what makes you think bribes are not taking place in the NBA? These are just bribes. That's all it is. They're just bribes, right? Expensive bribes. So now Ballmer and these guys want to part ways with him. And I think that one of the reasons they want to part ways with him is because this is becoming too much of a stain on the Clippers. That's what's happening. It's becoming too much of a stain on the Clippers. And if they part ways with Kawhi Leonard, I don't even know what that looks like. Now, I want to read you some of the potential penalties that Kawhi Leonard could receive if he is found to be in the wrong here. Here's some of the penalties. Kawhi Leonard's contract could be voided and prohibited from re-signing with the Clippers. That's one. He could be required to return the money he received from Aspiration, which is allegedly $28 million. And he could also be fined $350,000. In terms of Steve Ballmer would be fined up to $7.5 million and would have to forfeit future draft picks, as well as Ballmer and other personnel suspended up to a year and fined up to $1 million. And I think so those are the main things that can happen. So this is bad, folks. This is bad. This is bad. Because if they fine you, then they've proven it. Any kind of fine, they've proven it. They've essentially said, you've been caught red-handed. Now, why Ballmer would risk this, and I don't know why he would risk his reputation over a $50 million deal, allegedly, or $28 million or whatever. It just doesn't make sense. Unless he really wanted to have Kawhi Leonard on the team, right? That's one option. In terms of Kawhi Leonard could be possibly looking at it like, yo, this is what goes on every single day. So maybe in Kawhi's mind, he's not being corrupt. He's just part of he's just part of what goes on every single day or every single year. Because I refuse to believe that Kawhi Leonard is the first person that allegedly took money under the table from an NBA team. I refuse to believe that. And I don't think he'll be the last. I don't think he'll be the last. So if they now want to part ways with Kawhi, I don't even know what that means. He's under contract for 2 more years. Earlier today, we did a show where they were like, the Clippers are expecting Kawhi Leonard to play out the next 2 years of his contract, and that's it. So what does parting ways with him look like? Waiving him? Are they going to waive Kawhi Leonard? What's going to happen? Because they could essentially do that. I think they can do that. They can essentially tell Kawhi, go home and we'll pay you. And you're free to sign to another team. I don't know if they're willing to do that, but they can do that. Dennis Wong was framed. He said, many teams will pick him up. Yeah, many teams will probably pick up. Yes, many teams will pick him up. I think many teams will pick him up, and I don't think that many teams will look at him like a bad guy because, to be honest with you, I think this is what goes on every single day. I think this is what goes on every single day. I think this happens every single year. I don't think he's the only one. I really don't. I really don't. I think he's the one that got caught. If the reporting of Pablo Torre is correct, would he qualify for a max contract in that situation? It probably depends if a team wanted to pick him up that had the cap space. If the team had the cap space, I'm assuming they could pick him up. Some teams can't pick up a player beyond a mid-level. Like I don't think the Cavs can pick up a player beyond the mid-level exception. Shout out to Two Raw for TV in the chat. Shout out to him. So it's a mess. And I know I'm shocking a lot of people because, like, oh, Dreamers Pro, oh, man, he be twerking it up for Kawhi Leonard. He be twerking it up for Kawhi Leonard, man. He be twerking it up. He never going to say nothing about Kawhi Leonard. He always going to talk about LeBron James. He going to talk about LeBron. Well, here I am. Somebody said Charles Clutch released this for Kawhi Leonard to sign with the Lakers. I don't think Clutch is that powerful. I don't think Clutch has enough power to mess with Ballmer. I don't think so. They money ain't long enough. They team ain't strong enough. Clutch may be powerful. They not that powerful. They not gonna mess with that dude. They can go mess with some other cats. They're not messing with that dude. You're not messing with somebody that's worth how much is Steve Ballmer worth? Steve Ballmer net worth is 155 billion. Yeah, you're not messing with that guy. No, they're not messing with you. It's not even in the same universe. They're not messing with him. He's off the table. Laker Nation wants him. I don't know what's going to happen to Kawhi, man. But now they want him gone. For the new people coming in live, we got an article here from themarca.com, and it says Steve Ballmer wants to part ways with Kawhi Leonard as soon as possible. And we have sideline sources reporting that key members within the Clippers organization wants to part ways with Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi could potentially be on borrowed time. On borrowed time. And I don't know what this is going to do for his legacy, because his legacy is looking quite shaky right now. Because if you look at the fact that Kawhi averaged 53 games per year played ever since he joined the Clippers, it's not a good look for you to be asking this team to give you a house, access to a private jet, ownership in the company, an endorsement deal, and you're only playing 53 games a year. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. This doesn't take away from Kawhi as a basketball player. He's a bad boy. When he's healthy, and he's a bad boy. He's in the Hall of Fame. Not the Hall of Fame. He's in the top 75. This has nothing to do with Kawhi Leonard, the basketball player, in terms of his abilities. This has everything to do with how Son is moving. And for them to be going back to 2019, talking about Uncle Dennis was doing shady business, I don't know. Ghost 100 is back again. He said, bro, it's called a negotiation. Stop it, y'all. That's not a negotiation. That's a shakedown. That's not a negotiation. That's a shakedown. Okay? You don't go into negotiation arguing one or two things, and then you be like, oh, and also, can I have your wife too? Can she be part of the deal? And you talking about we negotiating. Nah, bro, that's a shakedown. You start asking me to use my private jet and for me to buy you a house, that's a shakedown. Knowing damn well you wanted to be in LA anyway, that's a shakedown, bro. That's not no negotiating. That's a shakedown. He said, these sources seem fishy, though. These allegations are without a legit source. Well, we can only report on the sources that we know, right? We can only report on what we know. But this isn't a good look for Kawhi, man. So the question now becomes, could we see something astronomical take place? Like Kawhi Leonard is gone from the Clippers before the year is over. Could we see something like that? That would be insane. And I don't think he goes to a championship contender either. Because if Kawhi Leonard goes to a championship contender, chances are he's going to have to go for the mid-level, and then he's going to screw himself because he'll never be able to make max money again. If somebody pays you 10 or whatever it is, the minimum, I forgot what the NBA, what is it? Let me see. NBA minimum salary right now is what? The veteran minimum is, let me see, 2 million or whatever it is they're gonna offer him with 3+ years experience. You think Kawhi Leonard is gonna pay get paid $30-something million, $40 million a year, and then go play for a mid-level exception? And then a team is supposed to turn around at the end of the season and sign him for a max. Nobody's going to do it. If you've shown the ability to play for $2 million, teams are going to keep paying you $2 million. Chukwu, he said, this happens in other sports. I don't really see anything wrong with it. Other teams are complaining. Other teams that are complaining should just be up there, loop-legging. I don't think teams are going to complain because I think this goes on all the time, as I said early in the live. Appreciate the super chat. I don't think this is something that is unprecedented. I think this goes on every single day in the NBA. And it's called a bribe. It's a bribe. However you want to describe it, that's what it is. I'm giving you money or money under the table, however you want to describe it, to do X, Y, and Z for me. Is it a bribe? How else do you want to? I'll sweeten the deal. How else do you want to say it? Antics from Kawhi, LeBron, and that bum, Ben Simmons. Good luck to the Players Union trying to work out a new deal for the next CBA. How's the player empowerment working out now? Shout out to me. Yeah, the player empowerment is taking major L's, man. Major L's. Somebody said, where the Spurs leak? I don't know. I don't know about that. Uncle Dennis shaking my head. Young Blood didn't have any issue until Unc showed up. Well, that's his uncle. What can you do? How much LeBron gonna get to go back to Cleveland? That's what I want to know. You know how he got. LeBron ain't going back to LeBron is not joining any team for a minimum, except he's not doing it. You either gonna pay him a max contract or he not playing. LeBron is not. The only way I can see LeBron taking a minimum contract is if that team is going to take him, Bronny, and Bryce, and it's for 1 year. That's the only way, because basically at that point he's playing for free. He's playing for free just to have the experience of playing with his son. But for LeBron to just go play a year at 40, 41 for two, it's not going to. It will never happen. It will never happen. Somebody said, I think somebody said, are you done with Kawhi Leonard? It's not about being done. Look, I've supported Kawhi since 2017. My sentiments for Kawhi has nothing to do with the story, by the way. It has everything to do with year in, year out disappointment. Every single year. Just injury. It's just like some of it is not it's not his fault. But my God, how much more can I take? How much more can I take? Somebody said, Dreamers Pro, what is your net worth? I don't know, man. What's your net worth? I don't know why you asking people online what their net worth is. I don't know. Would Adam Silver allow Kawhi Leonard to play with another NBA team this year when he has power to suspend? I have no idea, bro. These are all great questions, and I don't have the answer to them. Black Spartan Club said, I remember when that that SOB made me waste over $30 on wings waiting on him. Wait, hold on. What? You said, hold on, I'm lost. I remember when that SOB made me waste over $30 on wings waiting on him in the playoffs. Disgusting. I'm confused. I don't understand. Were you like at the game or so? How did the $30? I'm confused, man. I wish you would explain that a little bit more. So what happened with the wings and all of that's pretty funny. He keeps preaching like that. He will return in 28. The $28 million is crazy. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. If Kawhi Leonard has to return $28 million, that dude going to walk out the next day with a Caesar on his head, bro. He going to cut his hair. I don't care how much money you got. If you got to return $28 million and you're not a billionaire, oh, you're going to feel that. You are going to feel that. You are going to feel that burn. I don't care how much money you got. You gonna cry. You gonna shed a tear too. He gonna cut his hair after that, bro. Because something going 28 million, 28 million. Shit. Steve Ballmer feels that when he pays his tax, bro. Oh man, I don't even want to think. I don't even want to think about what Ballmer. Well, it depends how much he pays himself. Who knows how much Ballmer's taxes are? Act shining sharp how it feels to give up 20 minutes. Bro, how he gonna become Ben Simmons and think of retirement? We can't lump Kawhi in the same. The only reason we can mention Kawhi and Ben is because of the missing games. Ben Simmons is a totally lost cause. For the new people coming into the live, this is the news right here. It says several key members of the Clippers want to part ways with Kawhi Leonard. And an article that we read from Marca just said just now that Steve Ballmer is done with Kawhi Leonard and wants to cut ties with him as soon as possible. And the reason is because of the team facing mounting legal and financial challenges. This is what we're hearing. So right now, it looks like the Clippers made two of the worst acquisitions in the NBA over the last 10 years. In signing Kawhi Leonard and then signing that damn Paul George. Now, Paul George, I was done with Paul George in 2021 after how he played like ass in the playoffs. That dude was terrible. Like, he was terrible. Okay, so I was done with Paul George then. And I said that you had to part ways with two. You couldn't, and you, bro, Paul George wanted a no trade clause. You remember Podcast P? Shout out to you remember Playoff P wanted a no trade clause. This is the level of delusion we were dealing with. Paul George wanted a no trade clause. These dudes is stick up kids, bro. They stick up kids. He then didn't get the offer. He then went to Philly, and Philly gave Paul George what? $200 million? What was Paul George's Philly deal? Let me see. I think it was like 200 million. Let me see. Paul George Philly contract. Yo, They paid Paul George $211 million. These dudes are robber barons, bro. They are robber barons. They are robbing. They are sticking dudes up without the ski mask. They running dudes' pockets in the middle of the day. That dude, they're paying him $211 million. Let me see how many games Paul George has played, bro, for Philly. Paul George played in Philadelphia a grand total of 41 games in 2024-25, and they paid him for that year $52 million to play 41 games. $52 million to play 41 games. $52 million. Philly was dumb enough to pay him. Can you imagine? Philadelphia paid Paul George $200 million. $200. And this dude is doing podcasts. Can you imagine if you're the owner of a team and I'm paying you You see, man, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. So the Clippers signed these two guys and they traded away SGA. Now, Kawhi Leonard at the time, I could get it because he had just come off of a finals MVP and one of the most impressive finals runs we had seen in the last 20 years. It was up there with LeBron, Dirk, all the rest of them. D Wade, it was impressive. Absolutely impressive. So I could get them wanting to give Kawhi what he wanted. But Paul George? So, man, look, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. He said, Charles, would you turn down $200 million over legacy? It depends. How much money do I have? And what will my legacy be after the $200 million? How much money do I have? And what will my legacy be after the money? Because if I have, let's say, $200 million, and I know if I go sign this other $200 million and my legacy is going to be ass cheeks, you might have to keep that 200. And I'm sure I can get some. It depends, man. It all depends. But all I know is that nobody NBA players for how much money they made. Nobody does. How much money did Michael Jordan make playing in the NBA? How much money? How much money did Magic Johnson made? What, $25 million playing for the Lakers? $25 million. But when you think about him, what's his legacy? And now Magic, you see, the thing that these guys are forgetting, because I heard a clip went viral with Kenny Martin. Do you know that winning can get you more money than losing? Let me repeat that once more. Winning can get you more money than losing. MJ's highest career year in the NBA as an earner was $30 million in 1998? But why is Michael Jordan, why does he get paid so much money? Why does he earn so much money? Because of his excellence. There's no way Michael Jordan has the impact that he has and people are buying his sneakers if he doesn't win those 6 championships in the fashion that he did. This is the difference. Like, winning opens doors that losing will never open. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Winning will open doors that losers will never be able to walk into. This is the fact. Michael Jordan can go to any hotel in the world and they can give him a room for free. for free. If Michael Jordan walked into the Paris right now, the Ritz-Carlton, they wouldn't even charge him. Why? Because it means more to say Michael Jordan stayed here than charging him that money. His name being there is more valuable than the money they're going to extract from him paying for that night. Why? Because he's a winner. And everybody wants to be associated with the winners. So losing, yeah, you can make money, but winners always make more. I'll give you another example of this. Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson earned what, $25 million with the Lakers? How much is he worth now? $1 billion? Well, how do you think that's possible? Because everybody knew who Magic Johnson was. He was winning championship. He had the golden smile, and that opened door. Magic Johnson, yeah, no, man, with the Lakers, with the champ, with Showtime. Oh, yeah, come on in. I want to get to know you. Yeah. Yeah, that's what winning does. So winning is important. Now, I think you only go for the money when you know that, one, you can't win, and two, you're not going to be the reason a team wins. If you're the sixth man on the bench, or you are a starter, but it's like a role player, and you know you're not going to be the star player, and you're not going to really be able to impact winning, then yeah, you can go for the money. Go for the money, sure. But if you know you're a difference maker, man, you better try to win. What's that place they call in Miami? The Dwayne, what is it? The Wade County or whatever? I've never been to Miami. What is it called? Wade County? You think they gave that to Dwayne Wade because he lost? Are y'all serious? Dwayne Wade got that street or whatever it is, that boulevard, I don't know what it's called. I don't know specifically, named after him because he won. We remember the winners. We remember the winners. So the legacy is, what do you want to be remembered as? A guy that had a bunch of money that made no impact, or a guy that made some money and left an indelible impact? It all depends on you. So what's your definition of legacy? How much money did Tupac Shakur have before he died? How much money? How much money? We all know Tupac. Tupac is known all over the world. There are rappers today that have made more money than Tupac. Do we care about them? No. No. So winning matters, man. Winning absolutely matters. This is my point. But everybody should do what they want to do, man. If you want to go after the bread, it's your prerogative. Dreamers Pro, if you ever go to the Mall of America in Minnesota, let me know. Why? You trying to jump me? What's going on? I don't know. Well, you got to give me a little bit more details than that, bro. You got to give me a little bit more details than he trying to line me up. What's up? I don't know. You got to give me a little bit more details. You know what I mean? You got to give me a little bit more details. And I think, ain't that the mall? What's the mall? I think the biggest mall isn't it the one there? Let me just check this off topic. Biggest mall in the United States. I think it's that one. Mall in the United States. Is it that one he's talking about? It's that one. The Mall of America. The Mall of America. In Bloomington, Minnesota. Yes, I remember hearing about it. Shout out to the Philippines. Yeah, I remember hearing about it. Yo, shout out to where the dude he just said that? Is that Blaze RBT? Yo, shout out. Yo, this remind me of that Diddy what is it, the 50 Cent thing that he had on Drink Champs. It was like, yo, Diddy want to take you shopping, which is funny. Charles, what's your favorite Pac album? Oh, All Eyes on Me, man. All Eyes on Me, baby. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite Pac album. Pac ain't my favorite rapper of all time, but that's my favorite Pac album. Can they buy Kawhi Leonard out? Yeah, I think you can. I think you could just waive him and buy him out if they chose to. If they chose to, I think they could. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think they could, and he becomes a free agent. Sure, I think they could. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to start sitting up here and lying. He said Jay-Z is a billionaire and no one thinks he's better than Tupac. So Austin Reeves should take less money just to go win with the Lakers. I'm saying if you are, again, it all comes down to some people take less money to go win. Some people take less money to go and win. It's just it is what it is, man. Some people just want to be able to say that I'm a winner. I'm not. Again, we're not talking about regular people off the street that, like, these are guys that are millionaires anyway. So don't let these NBA players try to make it seem like they ain't got no money or they broke, or somebody that's worth $50 million make it seem like, man, if I don't take this extra $25 million, I'm done for. Don't let them trick you into that. These are guys at a different level. They're not normal people. So if somebody has $50 million and they're like, bro, I got to get that, you're acting like you're poor. I don't get it. You think Paul George cares about his legacy? Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. If Paul George cared about his legacy, he wouldn't be up there podcasting. He just strikes me as somebody that's not serious. That's just, I just think he's not serious. That's all. Him podcasting, number one, tells me that he doesn't understand optics, and he just strikes me as somebody that's not serious. I don't understand it. It's not even what pays him. It's not even what pays him. I don't understand. If I'm getting paid $50 million as the Philadelphia 76ers are paying Paul George a year, why would I be podcasting? Why would I be podcasting? Somebody says, oh, what do you expect him to do in his free time? Go read a book or something. Nobody want to hear your podcast. Go for a walk. Go do something. Nobody want to hear your. I'm sorry. Now, if you want to do it in the off season, cool. But then again, these guys try to make it seem like podcasting is just a 5-minute thing. Are you serious? You got to get bookings. You got to know who the person is. You got to research. It takes time to do a podcast. It's not like, oh, I'll just put it on for 1 hour a day and I'm going to just talk. No, it's work that goes into it. And if you're getting paid $50 million a year, you should be focusing on your craft. That's just me. Man, 70 says, if Kawhi had his stuff together, Queen James wouldn't have 3 rings and a half. Appreciate the super chat. Kawhi Leonard doesn't care about his legacy either. You can make an argument. These guys trying to transition to media. Yeah, it's a crazy game out here, man. It's a crazy game. He says you get more views than he does too. The thing that I notice is that celebrity aspect only goes so far. You may get people excited at the beginning, like, oh, so-and-so is doing a show, so-and-so doing a podcast, but that only lasts so long. You actually got to be good. You got to be innovative. You got to be entertained. Like, how many, the number one basketball podcast, as far as I know, is Gil's Arena. They're the number one, like, as far as I know. Right now, although they be saying stuff about Kobe and all of that stuff, if you tune into Gil's Arena and you're watching one of their live shows, you can find some of the topics entertaining. There's an entertainment factor there. There's those things that are going on, and some of these guys just don't have that. So your name can only take you so far. And once people are seeing you 1, 2, 3 times, bro, they seen it all, man. There are a lot of NBA podcasts. There are only a few that are actually good. A few. You got Gil's Arena. You got 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Of course, you got All the Smoke. They're the ones that really kicked it off. And maybe there are a few others out there that I don't know about. We got some new ones like Byron Scott's podcast and maybe some other ones that I forgot about in terms of NBA player podcasts. But most people don't care. Like, okay, you so-and-so, yeah, but we don't care, bro. What about, it's content. You know what I'm saying? It's content. Gil also has like 5 other NBA guys helping him. Yeah, that's it. It's just a different thing, man. It's just a different thing. Draymond on his podcast is boring, bro. Draymond really blew up in the NBA Finals when the Warriors were having that run, and he was getting into that stuff with him and Chris Mad Dog Russo. Do y'all remember that when they said Draymond talks a lot? And that's what Draymond's podcast kicked off because of controversy. and because he was in the playoffs. So after the playoffs, after a finals game, he will go live and people will be interested in all that. But in a night-to-night basis, nobody cares during the regular season. If you're getting knocked out in the first round and you're still doing podcast shows in round 2, the interest is not the same. As so Draymond came in at the right time and it blew up for him. JJ Redick had a good podcast until I found out he was just another twerking ass LeBron supporter. There are very few that are good, in my opinion. It's all opinion based. I'm not saying my opinion is the final say. I think 7 p.m. in Brooklyn is good. Gil's Arena is good. And there's another one that I just said not too long ago. All the Smoke is good as well. And then there are a few others sprinkled in there. That's just my take. It ain't easy, man. Podcasting, YouTube, and all that stuff, it ain't easy, man. It's super competitive. It's getting harder every day. We started YouTube, 6-7 years ago? And we thought we were late then. So imagine trying to get in now. But now what's happening is that a lot of the guys that are coming up in the independent space are showing each other love. So everybody's kind of growing together. And usually what happens is like Kobe, Jordan kind of guys, they're supporting each other. And everybody's growing as a group. Because now you got the NBA players coming into the space. They're coming to get a slice of the pie. Then you got the media guys. They're coming in to get a slice of the pie. So it's getting more difficult, but guys can still do it. You know? Somebody says, you're a Bron supporter, so stop fronting. Here we go with this. Bro, you got to do a collab with 93's. Yeah, I'll be watching this show. His shows are fun. That dude is actually funny, though. That dude is actually funny. That dude is literally a funny ass dude. I used to watch some of his shows. Son is funny. He not only is he funny, he's witty. Like he be saying this stuff, and I'm like, yo, where is he writing these jokes down? Like, I don't know how he does it. I don't think I'm funny. That dude is naturally funny. Shout out to Man Down Sports too. They got a great show going on over there too. And of course, Two Raw. I mean, the guys I watch the most. If I had to say somebody I watch the most out of everybody, it would probably be Two Raw and Sports and Fitness Rants. And Sports and Fitness Rants be dropping at the right time, because whenever he drops his content is usually when I'm working and I can just put it on and just kind of listen to it in the background. And Two Raw, I'm always watching his stuff. And then everybody else. Those are the people I watch the most. Especially when Two Raw be going off on LeBron. When he be going off on LeBron James. Bro, we know this man is always for Kobe. Y'all MF is with, bro. Now I think it's because I did a LeBron video, and now all of a sudden I'm a LeBron James fan. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Wasn't you a fan before? Wasn't he in your top 5? Stop front. I've said this like 100 times, bro. LeBron used to be in my top 5. I said that. I wasn't a fan of his, but he was in my top 5. You ain't got to be a fan of somebody to acknowledge that they're a great player. What took me? He said no love for club. Man, hell no. Absolutely. Jeff Teague be up there acting like Nick Wright. Jeff Teague be up there acting like Nick Wright. If Jeff Teague wasn't up there saying them crazy ass takes that he's saying, like, oh, Kobe can't play defense and all of that, then hell no. Somebody said Low. Low is good. He a hater, but he good. Low's a hater, but he's good. I'm not gonna hate on, like, I never said Son was trash. Son is good, but he a hater, but he good. He's a hater, but he's good. I'm not going to front. He's a hater, but he's good. He does his research. You know, he does all of that stuff. Oh, my God, bro. Bro, why y'all trying to turn me into a LeBron fan, man? Y'all like zombies trying to bite me to turn into one of them. I'm not a LeBron James fan. I'm not a LeBron James. Y'all trying to bite me on the neck. I'm not a LeBron. Bro, what do y'all do? Yo, they trying to jump me. They trying to jump me and turn me into a LeBron fan. Let me say, yo, why you keep saying stop front? Yo, this dude is funny. Somebody said, Charles, please do another positive LeBron video to see how LeBron fans lose their mind. Yo, I think I did. I think I did a. I think I did a video last year, like a pro LeBron video, just to mess with my audience. And somebody wrote, like, if you do this again, I'm unsubscribing from your channel. Like, somebody's like, what's wrong with you? What happened? Like, people were getting so tired. So I'm not doing no LeBron videos, man. I'm not doing that. Charles went to the dark side. Honey spit. I'm not doing no. No, I'm good. The Clippers don't have any key members. Yo, I said something like the ultimate argument for LeBron. Yo, if you read those comments, it was hilarious, bro. People were pissed off. Charles went to the dark side. I remember that. It's nothing wrong with being a fan of LeBron. It ain't not. I believe LeBron is watching. LeBron ain't watching, man. LeBron James is not watching our channel. I never asked Gil because Gil would know, but LeBron is not watching our channel, man. Drink the what? Ayo, pause. Anyway, guys, I'm about to be out of here. Y'all have a good one, man. Y'all heard the news, man, and we definitely gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. We're gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.